Hi, my name is Abel Grey Cantoma from Greatest Design Consult. This is my WhatsApp contact. On this Revit course, if you have been able to purchase this course, I will tell you a very big thank you for purchasing this course. This course will be covering a very wide range of tools in Revit, and by the end of this course you will be able to come up with a model like this. Now we are going to take you through the process from the scratch to the finish. Now, believing that once you have been able to achieve such a model, now in most cases you will be able to come up with any kind of architectural design on Revit, because this model, as you can see, is very complex enough to be able to cover most of any kind of model that you probably will want to achieve as far as Revit is concerned. Now, to take you further on this course, the first thing I'm going to do is to introduce you to the Revit, show you some of the most important Revit tools that you will keep using as you progress. All right, let's jump right into it. So to start with your Revit, all you need to do is to double click on the Revit. Is going to load, although I'm having this error because I have my internet on. Let me try to turn that off. So when you double click, it will start loading like this when you double click. All right, so this is the first this is the interface. This is basically how it looks like once you open your Revit. So if you are just starting with Revit, you may not have most of these models that you see. These are models I have created. So all you need to do is to click on new. So we are starting up a new project. I will select metric and I will click on OK. All right, so we are here now. You can see for yourself, this is Revit. Amazing, right? Now when you look at the architecture tab, you will see structure tab, you will see the steel tab, precast, systems. Now if your job is mainly on architecture, this structural tab may not be very relevant for you. Okay, so you can as well even turn it off. If you feel like, you can turn the structural tab here from your options. If you click on that option, this is a very important settings that you need to know. If you come down to your interface here, user interface, we can turn off the structural tab. So you can see the architectural tab and tools. We can turn off system tabs. This one comprises of the electrical and the mechanical. Okay, so all of these you can turn them off. Once I click on OK, you realize that it's no longer here. Okay, so you can as well turn them back on if you want to. All you need to do is to come back to this and turn them on. Okay, so I'm just going to be showing you most of the key important tools, and you will see how we will demonstrate it in the model which I showed you. You can see we have the wall, we have the door, we have windows, component, column, roof. all of these, as the name implies, you use the wall for your walls, the door for the doors, the windows, like that. Okay, so you can see insert, which helps you to, you can insert, you can import a drawing. For example, you can have your drawing in AutoCAD format and then you import. Now, the good thing about Revit is that Revit is a building information modeling software, which makes it way more better, easier and faster to achieve your design with Revit compared to your AutoCAD. Now, it is important that one should learn Revit, and I believe that is why you are here. Now, the importance of learning Revit in 2024 cannot be overemphasized. For those in architecture, for those in also engineering, because like building information modeling is the new. So if you come down here, you will see we have the annotate, we have the analyze, we have massing and cite, we have collaborate. Now, not to bore you too much with long talks, okay, for you to use Revit, one of the first important things you must do is your levels. Now, creating your levels is the is one of the first step you must take, is to create your levels. But then before we create our levels, let's come back to these options and check some few settings. They are very important that you put these settings and have these settings in check. You can see here, this is your general settings. What this means is that this is going to always remind you every 15 minutes to actually save your work. It's very important, most especially if you are living in a region where you have very unstable light, so that you can save your job, okay, so that you don't get carried away by the workflow and forget to save your job and you may lose your work. Now, user interface, you can see all of this. Some of them you may not really necessarily need to tamper with them. You can leave most of the informations as it is. This directory is your file location where you want your Revit files to be saved. Now, if you look at this is default path for user files. Now, what this means is these files are going to be saved in my documents. Okay, so this is the directory is going to be saved in my documents. All my families are also going to be saved in family templates. Okay, so that's a very important. So in order for you to know where to locate your files, by the time you save your Revit project, you may probably want to share with a friend or a colleague. Now all you need to do is just to go to that directory and you will get that file there. Now, another important settings that you should always do is your unit. If you click on U, if you click on UN, the project unit will actually come up for you. Now, these settings is very important in order for you to be sure on where you are working. Now, you are working on, this is metric unit. You could remember we selected the metric unit. Okay, so everything here is in metric unit, which is very important. If you do not, probably there could be a mistake. Some of these informations, you can see this one is in centimeter. You can just simply change this to probably millimeters or in meters, however will suit your work. Okay, so this is basically all you need to do, and then you click on OK. Now, talking about creating our levels, if you look at this here from the left hand corner of my screen, you will see we have the properties. What this property does is that every whatever you are working on, it will tell you the property of that thing. Now if for example you are working on an element like the wall, now this property menu will give you a detailed property of that particular wall. Similarly to doors, it will give you the properties of that doors. You will see the properties, you can change the properties of the doors. Similarly to windows, you can change the properties. Same goes to every other element. Now if you come to the project browser, at this point here, you can also move this project browser, you can move it to any position you want, which I will definitely show you even as we progress. You can see here we have the floor plan, the floor plan sites, the ceiling plan, the elevations, the sections, coordination. I'm not going to bore you with too much talks, okay? So I'm going to be doing everything practically. Every tools we are going to be using, you will see how we will use them practically, okay? So now to create our elevation, all we need to do is to just come to this project browser. Okay, when you come to this project browser, you see elevations. When you click on this one that looks like a plus sign, select the elevation you want. Now if you want to view in east, north, south or west, don't worry, I will explain that. Now these are the elevation. Now these are the elevations. You can see this is your north, okay, and this is your south. Now if you zoom this well, you can see this is north, pointing in the direction of your north, okay. So by the time I click on, for example, if I click on south, now you can see this is my elevation. However, you can create your levels from any of these elevation. It doesn't have to be south. You don't need to cram this. So if I use north, I will still achieve the same result, okay. So all you need to do now is to create your levels, okay. So I'm going to be showing you how to create that levels quickly. So let's create our levels. Now all I need to do is to specify. You can see this one is already here. I can just click on this and I will rename this 01. It's very important that you indicate with a number, and I'm going to show you why. NGL, this is natural ground level, okay. So it's at 0, okay. Then this one, all I need to do is just to click this one here, just double click. Once you double click, it will come up for you to edit. Then you can type in what you want. So this will be 02, which is my level 2, and what I have here is my BPC. You can see I'm using a dash. It doesn't really matter. If you want to use a dot, that is a full stop, you can still use that. Now all I need to do now is to change the level. The DPC now, damp-proof course, okay. So I will type in that level. I want this level to be at 600. So once I click 600, you can see automatically it has come down. Now if I try to use a tool to measure, now let me show you some very important tools that you need to know. You can see if you come to your modify here, you see it has some very important tools that you are definitely going to be making use of. It has tool like the offset tool, it has the copy tool, it has the move tool, it has the rotate tool, it has the mirror tool. It has these mirror tools. I'm going to be showing you the difference and why they are different. I'm going to be doing that practically. You will see how we do that. You see the trim and extend. I'm going to be showing you how to trim and extend. I'm going to be showing you all of these tools are very important, and we'll be using them in this project. As we go along, you are going to learn how to make good use of these tools. Now you can see we have been able to create our natural level, ground level, DPC. Now all I need to do is to click on any one I want to copy. Now if I select the object, I can click on copy. You can see once I click on copy, I will click on the object and then I will move my cursor along the direction. Very important. I move my cursor along the direction where I want to drop this, but I will not drop it yet. All I need to do now is to type in this distance. Now the height I want to take this now is 2100. I'll press enter. Now you can see I have been able to achieve 2100 height. Now it has a tool that you can use to measure. You can see, which is called the measure tool. Don't worry, I'm going to speak extensively about these tools. I will demonstrate them for you to understand them in this particular episode. Now if I click on this measure tool, you can see it has the align tool, it has the linear tool, it has angular, it has radial, it has diameter. I will going to speak extensively about all of these tools. Now if you look at this align dimension tool, if I click on this first object and I click on the second one, I can just hover my mouse along anywhere I want to drop this dimension, and then I will just click. You can see I have been able to achieve that. If I do again, click. If I try to click outside, you can see I've been able to achieve my dimension. So very easy to actually use. So so far I've been able to explain how to make use of your copy tool, how to make use of your measure tool, but I'm still going to talk extensively about them as we progress. Now this one, now all I need to do is just to click this one and then I will change the information. Now I want this to be called lintel 1. Okay, so this is lintel 1. Similarly, I will click on it and I will click on copy and I will click on the object and I'll hover my mouse along where I want to drop it. I will not drop it, I will just move my hand there and then I will specify the height. Please take note, it's very important what I am stating right now. Now I will specify this height to be 900. Now if you could remember, I told you levels are one of the most important things you need to do in your Revit, or else you are going to be having a serious challenge in your model. Now this now is going to be my 04 and I will rename this as first floor. I remember when I started using Revit, I had a lot of challenge with levels. That was my major challenge. So that is why I'm speaking extensively about these levels. It's very important that you understand how to use your levels in your Revit. Now if I'm to measure from DPC to my first floor, I want it to be 3 meters. So I can just confirm that. So you don't need to cram any of this. You just need to know what you want to achieve. Now you can see from your DPC level to the first floor level is 3 meters. What that means is that this floor height is 3 meters height. Okay, so that's basically what I just did. Okay, and then the lintel height, if you are exposed to probably site work or designs before, you will know that the lintel is usually at 2100. That is basically what I did here. It's amazing, right? So this is basically what it is. Now, from my first floor level to the second lintel, now I will click on this and I will click on copy, and I'll select this and I'll hover my mouse up and I will type the distance of 2100 and I'll drop. And then at this level now, I will rename this to lintel, sorry, this should be lintel 2, and then this should be 05. Similarly, I will click on this and I will click on my copy tool. I will select the object. I will hover my mouse along the direction and I will specify the height from this lintel to the 10th floor is actually 900. All right, so I will change this 06 and this will be my pens, floor. Right, but let me be sure of the height. Okay, 900, that's good. All right, then I'll select this again and I'll click on this and I'll hover my mouse up and this will be at 2100. And this will be my, this will be 07 lintel 3. It should be lintel 3. And I'll click on this, click on copy, and I'll hover my mouse up again, and then this will be 900, and I will rename this. So you can see it just reminded me that I should save this after 15 minutes. So I will name this training course. All right, so this will be my ceiling level. So this is my ceiling level. I will still click on this, click on copy. I will hover my mouse up and then I will specify, let's say 1 meter for roof. You are going to see why. I'm going to show you the model, and And then the last level I'm going to be creating is the parapet. So 1500. So this is going to be really interesting. Parapet. All right, good. So we have been able to create our levels. In the next episode, I'm going to be showing you how to make use of your major Revit tools. All right, I will see you in the next episode.